Talking 3. Hello HIVE! Today I am doing the 3 emoji challenge as suggested by my patron King of Lure, or as you might know him, Tony, the editor from the lovely channel Scomicmaker. I've linked that channel down below. He and his wife Amanda is really funny, and he suggested this challenge to me. If there is a challenge you want me to do, make sure to let me know. But for now, let's get started. For this video, I actually did a few mistakes. I asked on my Instagram for 3 emojis from my followers. There is a few I was interested in. One was light bulb, key, and a cigarette from Emoji Art. And another one was the 100 emoji, the cactus, and the alien emoji. And I mixed them up in my head. So that's why in the beginning of this painting, you'll see this alien smoke, which he doesn't in the end. Because of course I wanted to do an alien in the desert because I am me. I'm Mando. If you haven't met me, I'm into fantasy and sci-fi stuff. So if you're into that stuff too, remember to subscribe and hit the bell and set it to all notifications. So what about this? I don't know. The first thing I thought of with this video, or like with this painting, I was like, oh yeah, I want to do a desert alien, maybe who crash landed a spaceship. But really early, I think before I even got the mix up with the cigarette, I thought of the 100 emoji and I thought like, oh, so the alien can wear like a sports jacket with the number 100. I don't know. I don't even know what that emoji is for. What is it for? Someone please tell me below. So I pretty quickly sketched it out and I pretty much went with my very first thought, my very first composition idea. I wanted to keep it pretty simple. I was thinking maybe to add a crashed spaceship in the back, maybe not. But something that I ended up changing later on was the overall design of the alien. Because in the beginning I was like, okay, I want this really non-human but with like maybe pretty hair, because I was really into pretty hair when I started this painting way back months ago, because oh man, how I've been busy this summer. But one thing that I did recently that is so much fun and I can't wait to show you was we redecorated our entire apartment. Or like, not redecorated, we just moved rooms. And if you haven't ever moved everything in a fully furnished apartment before, it is really hard, let me tell you, because you can't move a thing to the place it's supposed to go, because that's already fully furnished. So you have to move that thing and then move the first thing to that place and then move another thing to another place to move the second thing to its new place. And it has been absolutely horrible. But it's slowly coming together, and I now have a much larger room. Vind has a much larger room. I took the old living room because honestly, we don't need a living room. We live for our work. But we do have a bedroom again, which we didn't prioritize before. But now our bedroom is in Vind's old studio, which is the smallest room. He has my old room and I have the big living room. Nothing really makes sense, but it's very work efficient. And one thing that I actually found during this move was something that I had forgot I had. I have one of my very first comics. I think I might have been like 6 years old, maybe 7, I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it on screen. It's about a little alien that's waiting in the rain for his girlfriend, and she always keeps him waiting, so he breaks up with her, and she's really sad standing there in the rain with her really sad antennas. And I just realized, looking through all the old art I found, I've always been so into fantasy, sci-fi always. Actually, when I met Vind and we started talking, it was way before he waited a long time before he told me he even had a YouTube channel. Even more so for what it was, or like what it was called, what he was doing, anything like that, you know? Which is really interesting because I heard his music before I knew of his branding, and just hearing the music without the branding was a very different experience from when I see the videos he makes for them, which is really interesting because it just shows how much we as humans reading context into things. Because before I saw his videos, his name, his branding, all that stuff, to me it sounded very like Native American for some reason. It's probably the flutes. You who know him knows that he's super into flutes. I'm probably going to put in his music into this video, so I guess this could be a really good sequence to put in some music. So give this a listen and I'll be back in a second. Lovely, isn't it? He has lovely music. But me being such a fantasy nerd, I collect fantasy books. You know, I like to draw fantasy subjects. I remember he thought it was so funny that he made fantasy music and I made fantasy art. And it was just something that really weirdly connected us pretty late into our relationship. At first, I didn't know very much about his music business because he kept that. He's very secret. It took him a while for him to open up. I guess feel safe within our relationship that we would be something steady. and I didn't do very much art back then because I started to work on art pretty late. I guess maybe 6 months to a year in, I maybe started to slowly pick up some paints again. But you know, I talked about that before. Living with a really creative, productive person, it really changes your mindset, really. Before I met him, before we moved in together, I thought that people who make it, like, you know, make something of themselves and their art, I thought they were like born different. Maybe it was luck or something. But seeing someone just work so determined to build a business and manage to do so before your eyes, it's super inspiring, and it really inspired me to create my own channel, go forward with my art. So I got a year of art classes about 2 years ago, maybe more now, I'm not sure. And then I got myself my computer and my drawing tablet, and I realized how much it's just like work. Just keep working, you know? Anyway, back to the video. Wow, that was the ultimate digression. Wow, English. But yeah, for this painting, I just went with my first instinct. Anywho, I ended up changing the design of the alien to a more humanoid form, more masculine form. I made his eyes smaller and his nose more small and like more, I don't know, I just didn't like the first design. So, oh, and before I forget, I always forget, thank you so much to this week's commenter. Make sure to check out their channel linked in the description. And if you want to be commenter of the week, make sure to leave a comment for a chance to be featured in my next video. You know what? I think I'll call that a day. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did painting it, and if you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, and I love to hear your thoughts. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting this channel, and thank you all for watching. Have a magical day, and I'll see you next time.